Welcome back to On the Spot. This week we have what might be the most acclaimed game ever. For those of you not currently playing Grand Theft Auto 4, you won't want to miss this final glorious trip around Liberty City. We'll also be joined by our friends from High Impact Games for a look at Secret Agent Clank. And then we'll warp into some interstellar shipjacking with Assault Heroes 2. So grab a girl and put some jeans on. Put on your best jeans even, because On the Spot is off the He's It.
Everybody, and welcome to On the Spot. I'm Ryan McDonald, your host today, along with Brian. What is up, Brian? How you doing?
Frank's Russian accent is pitch perfect.
Oh yeah, he does good.
Amazing.
He does good business. Frank's our guy that does all the cool voiceover stuff, and he did, like you said, a good Russian impersonation.
Well done.
We've got all kinds, of course. Grand Theft Auto 4 is the news in the video game world.
Yeah.
I think you can probably see the bags under all of our eyes.
Yeah.
We've been playing it constantly.
Samsonite under our eyes.
Dude, that game's awesome.
It's good.
First 10 in like what, 7 years here on GameSpot?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. When we were in that meeting just talking about it, it was a momentous occasion.
It definitely was. Speaking of which, a momentous occasion, that game has sold crazy, and we've got some video not only from here in the States but also our friends in Australia of what the carnage looked like of the Midnight Madness. Wow. But right now we're going to check in with Justin Calvert, the man himself that got to review the game. He is standing by and still playing Grand Theft Auto 4. Justin Calvert, are you there?
Hey Ryan, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I have the worst job in the world. I get to sit in my office and play Grand Theft Auto 4. So.
That's not a bad deal. Are you playing some multiplayer right now?
I'm just about to get into one of the racing modes. And I gotta say, for a game where driving isn't the biggest part of it, I'm spending most of my time now doing the race and the GTA race modes, even more than like deathmatch and stuff. Let's
see what you got going on real quick. If people wanted to jump in and play with you, is it possible for them to track you down with your gamer tag?
Yeah, I'm Justice Kova. It's on the site. People can find it looking at my profile and stuff. Right. Yeah, the lobby I'm in right now isn't full, so come on in.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and check in with you a little bit later, Justin. For the folks at home that are wondering why he's not here sitting in the studio with us, it's because On the Spot today is so full. Yeah. There was just no more room.
Plus, he refuses to leave his office.
Yeah, he's kind of he's pretty much just succumbed to just sitting there playing that game the whole time. So.
Yeah, and he's insisting we refer to him as Nico.
Yeah, and like the whole thing of he's already reviewed the game and it's up, he can move on. Does not compute.
No. He's going to finish it a fourth time, I think.
I think so. But right now we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the Australian craziness from our friends in GameSpot Australia. Let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Hi, I'm James Kozanecki, and I'm here for GameSpot AU. We're at EB Games in Bondi Junction, and we're here for the GTA 4 launch at midnight. It's about 20 minutes out, and people are just finishing off their pre-orders, paying them off. And in about 5 minutes, there's going to be a raffle, a comedian, and then they're going to open up the store gates, and people are going to be able to take their copies home. What time did you get here?
I've been here since 8 o'clock, 2 hours before the shop opened.
How long have you had your pre-order down for?
3 months now, I believe.
What are you most looking forward to in GTA 4?
Oh, it's gameplay, mate. Everything about it.
I have no idea, hey. After all the reviews I've read and everything, there's just so much to do, I don't even know where to start.
Discovering it, I actually know nothing about it, except that it's a new one, so I'm just really looking forward to checking it out.
Yeah, and finally, are you taking the day off work for it tomorrow?
Friday off.
Yeah. It's going to be an all-nighter, and then probably take tomorrow off as well. Actually, not working tomorrow anyway, so it's all good.
Yeah, well, I work for myself, so I'll probably play it for the next 2 weeks or something, yeah.
All right, I'm here with Scott. He's the manager for this store. How's it going, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, bro. Not too bad.
How many pre-orders have you got down for tonight, roughly?
I'm not at liberty to say, but let's just say a lot. A lot.
And which platform is in the lead, can I ask?
Look, it's actually quite even. There's not really too much in between them. I would say that PS3 has picked up with the bundle coming out, and GT5 has pushed a lot of sales on PS3, but that's not to say 360 hasn't done well. It's been in front for a while, so...
And what were your initial thoughts when it got censored for Australia?
I was kind of pissed off because like the last few they censored and they took out like the prostitutes and all that kind of stuff. But from what I read, they haven't taken out too much. Initially, I was pretty annoyed, but it doesn't seem like a big deal.
Do you think the fact that GTA has been censored here locally, has that hurt sales, you reckon?
Won't hurt sales at all. I don't think. From what I've heard and from what I've spoken to guys at Rockstar, it's so minute. Not going to mean anything. In the end, people just want to play the game. It's not going to affect gameplay. So anyone that wants to go buy from anywhere else, it is crazy because, you know, for the 1 second or something you're going to miss, it's a waste of time.
Okay, so earlier on in the night, they were doing a bit of a giveaway and a raffle for an Xbox 360, and Dave was lucky enough to win one. Do you want to pick it up and show it to us, Dave?
Yeah, I just last minute, I think I was the last person to enter, and I walked away and then heard my name being called as I walked away. Just like, I don't know, I've never won anything in my life, man. Stoked, eh?
Okay, so the exclusive downloadable content that the Xbox version has didn't really sway your opinion?
I just bought a PS3. I was always PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, and just like a loyal kind of Sony PlayStation person, but I don't know, I'll be able to probably get turned now, I'd say.
So there's a look at the release of Grand Theft Auto 4 in Australia. In just a second, we're going to show you a little bit of what it looked like over here on the American side, which I can say was definitely the darker, rougher of the two that I've seen so far. Definitely a different crowd at the Grand Theft Auto 4 launch than it was at the Halo 3 launch, even at the same GameStop, which you will see momentarily. But Brian Ekberg, I have one quick question for you before we start that.
Tell me.
Is it like you and everybody you know have just been absorbed into this game?
I tell you, I opened my friend list, and it's just nothing but all the way down the line GTA 4.
Right on.
It's crazy.
Here's
playing it.
Right on. Here's some folks that were definitely eager to get it in their hands the night it came out. Here's a look from the U.S. side of the GTA 4 launch.
Why'd you get it for both? Huh? My dad played this game. There we go. I see you online. That's what's up.
Now we're going to go ahead and throw it across the studio to Brian Ekberg, who's standing by with our first demo of the day. Brian, what do you got?
I've got Assault Heroes 2, and I'm joined by Mike Farney, who's the associate producer on the game. Mike, how are you today?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Good. Well, we're pleased to have you here because we're super excited about Assault Heroes 2. First of all, let's just dive right into the game and see what's going on. But for someone who's maybe never played Assault Heroes, what is Assault Heroes, and tell us about the game?
Assault Heroes is just the franchise in general is just your throwback to your old school top-down 2D shooters. And we've really taken it back and just kind of had a lot of fun with, the Assault Heroes universe. And in the sequel, we've really just tried to go in and, blow out a lot of the features from Assault Heroes 1 and add a bunch of new stuff as well. Mm-hmm. A lot of people enjoyed Assault Heroes 1, so we wanted to keep that good, same core gameplay experience, but add in a bunch of fun stuff as well. One of the things we've added in, or kind of, blown out a little bit more, is the on foot. You saw me briefly there for a second kind of go on foot. Let me actually jump back out. Mm-hmm. So you have your base level of weapons now on foot, not just the machine gun. Really, again, felt this was kind of largely ignored in the original game. So as well as that, you have a dodge roll to kind of get yourself out of sticky situations, because we do tend to throw a lot of enemies at you from all directions.
So it seemed like in the first game you were at a disadvantage when you were on foot. Is that the case this time? I mean, you got new moves, but are you still kind of screwed when you're on your feet?
Definitely not.
Okay.
I feel that It's actually quite a fun gameplay experience now to just kind of roam around on foot and see what kind of mayhem you can kind of wreak upon all the enemies in the game.
Are there levels where you're spending a lot of time on foot?
We did bring back the underground areas that were in the original, so you're going to see those as well as some kind of forced on-foot sections that we've added into the sequel just because we did spend so much time kind of redesigning it that we wanted to really kind of give players the good, true experience of being on foot in Assault Heroes 2.
So tell me about the level we're on right now.
So this is our nice jungle area. You can see it's a very lush environment. We've added in a lot of the kind of fun, different kind of enemies that Assault Heroes 1 was known for. You saw me with some mechanical gorillas there and some enemies on dinosaurs. And there's going to be a bunch of different kind of enemies like that throughout the game. One of the new features we've added in Assault Heroes 2 are the hijackable vehicles.
Okay.
There are 3 throughout the game. Right now I'm showing you the tank. This is going to throw you back to probably a few different old school games. This is obviously a very heavily armored vehicle. So you're going to be able to kind of just run over infantry, take out heavily armored units and vehicles and structures. But you got to be careful for these crazy kamikazes because they will blow you up even though you're in a tank.
Do they still make that same weird noise when they're running at you?
They still do.
That's one of my favorite aspects of this game.
We had a lot of fun with the kamikazes this time around, actually. Many different kinds. This time you're going to see your standard kamikazes running at you. I'm about to lose my tank here, it looks like. And you're going to see different kinds of perhaps ziplining at you, maybe some kamikazes in a Cadillac, things of that nature.
Cool. Ryan McDonald, do you have any questions from our viewers about Assault Heroes 2?
Yes, Adam Howard out of Maryland wants to know how long is it compared to the first game?
We did take into account a lot of the user feedback that the original was too short. The sequel is actually substantially longer than the original, so you're going to get a lot more gameplay for your money this time around.
What about weapons? Any new weapons that are particularly cool you can tell us about?
At the moment, I'm actually using the ice cannon, which is a brand new weapon in game. You can actually, as it's kind of self-explanatory, freeze your enemies. Yeah. And then you can do anything from shoot them to break them apart or run them over.
Cool. Ryan McDonald, maybe one more question?
Yes, sir. One question I have here is from Joe out of Newfoundland and Canada. He wants to know, is there any co-op?
Yes, we kept co-op from the original game, so you can play through the campaign with a buddy just like you could in the original.
And you still have like the land missions, the in the water missions, stuff like that?
We definitely give you a versatile environment. I will say that Assault Heroes 2 takes you into space.
Oh, nice.
So you kind of have your Jeep equivalent of a spaceship.
The final frontier.
Exactly.
Cool. I guess the final question is when can we all play this? When's it coming out?
Assault Heroes 2 is slated for summer. So coming soon.
Looking forward to it. Mike Farney, thank you so much for showing us the game. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Ryan McDonald, what do you got for us?
Hey, what's up? I am about to show you some business right here on the PSP, thanks to our next 2 guests who are joining us today. How you doing, Leslie?
Hey.
We know you from a couple different spots. We've seen you, of course, from the Ratchet & Clank series before. And a very special, I know I mention every time I see you, Behind the Games. If you haven't seen it, I tell you to go and watch it right after the show. And Ken, sir, I'm sorry, I don't know your last name.
Strickland.
Strickland, how you doing? Thank you so much to come by. Appreciate it. For folks that don't know, Leslie, why don't you tell them who you are and how you are the captain of the Ratchet & Clank ship right now?
Well, I'm the design director at High Impact Games, and Ken here is one of the designers on Secret Agent Clank.
Excellent.
And we've just been, I don't know, spending the last year and a half putting together this game.
Now, we were talking right before we started, and you had shown the game in parts before, but last night at the event that you had was the first time you actually showed the whole game off to folks, correct?
Well, yeah, we basically put out setups for everyone to sit down and play, and we just really wanted people to get a chance to, sit down with the controls and really feel how the game was different and new and actiony, get as far as they could.
Well, let's go ahead and do the same for the folks at home right now and see what you guys brought.
Okay.
Let's take a look. What are we seeing here?
What we're seeing is Captain Quark, who shows up for the first time in Secret Agent Clank as a fully playable, 3D battle character. Throughout the game, Quark is going through his autobiography, but it being Quark, maybe his descriptions of what he's done in the past are perhaps a little bit out of scale from reality. So he tells a number of tall tales about what he's done. This one, he's actually explaining how he grew to giant size and fought an insane, huge lizard in a city and destroyed it in the process. There's a number of situations where he talks about, sort of ridiculous events in the, in his battles, whether he defeats a monster with a vacuum cleaner or so forth.
He likes to tell some stories. Yeah. But we're seeing he's actually got some. He's got some skills here as he's dancing around. What is this platform that he's on?
He's actually in the. He's in a futuristic city that Clank has just gone to. Clank was investigating Ratchet's mysterious theft of a large gem from a museum. Ratchet's been put in jail after Clank left. Unfortunately, the city was destroyed, and Quark shows up to sort of take credit for the destruction. So here he is in the process of destroying the city in his mighty battle.
Now, for folks that haven't heard, what is the storyline? How does it fit with the other games that we've seen from the Ratchet & Clank series?
Well, the Secret Agent Clank takes place before Ratchet Tools of Destruction. This game, like I said, Ratchet gets framed for a crime, or maybe he did or didn't do it. We certainly see him do it, but Clank doesn't believe it, of course, and so he spends time in his Secret Agent persona investigating what's happening and trying to get Ratchet out of prison.
Does that offer you guys some new gameplay elements to give to the players?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a number of Ratchet prison fights where he's basically paired up against all his worst enemies in all the various parts of prison you might expect to fight in, the cell blocks, the cafeteria, the showers.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Brian Eckberg, I don't want to hog all the action over here. Do you have any questions for us from the audience?
Got a lot of them. Mason Reesner from Worcester, Mass. wants to know, how long is this game?
This is going to be a fairly long game. We really wanted to focus on Clank's single-player experience. It will be a longer game than Size Matters was.
You mentioned single player there. What about any multiplayer options?
There's no multiplayer options in this, since we just wanted to really get the single player down pat. We really rebuilt Clank from the ground up, so there was a lot of work just putting in to redo him and make him more of an action hero.
I don't know. Maybe we can get him on the screen and see what kind of an action hero he's turned out to be. Let's go ahead and see. You got another question over there first, Brian?
Yes. Neil Larson from Vexo, Denmark wants to know, is this a game that you'll be able to buy via PlayStation Network, or will you buy it as UMD, or how will people get this game?
They should be able to buy it as a UMD in the stores, and we'll have to look into PlayStation Network possibilities in the future.
Right on. Any chance we can get Ken to skip to another part and show us a little something
you
else?
head out to a different...
I know the Ratchet & Clank series is definitely known for diverse gameplay. What's in the game that you're actually especially proud of that we haven't seen from the series before?
Wow, there's so many things, because this is just a hugely diverse game. I mean, even more so than the regular Ratchet games. There's everything from Clank's action stuff to vehicles to Quark's gameplay to Ratchet's gameplay. One of the things I really like is how the new Gadgetbots turned out. We retrofitted them again so they could operate on their own as sort of Clank's backup, and they have their own puzzles and stuff, but there's new moves and just sort of a bit of a new take on them. Plus, I love their little tuxedos.
What'd you queue up for us, bro? Ken?
I queued up a sequence where Clank is trying to fight his way towards one of his mysterious villains on the backs of some gondolas that are heading up the side of a mountain. So. As far as showing that he's an action hero, I figured this would be the best place to start. So now enemies are being delivered from helicopters, and he's just got to fight his way through them.
Let's see how the action goes.
We really wanted to kind of get the whole feel of a spy movie down in this game. So there's a lot of sort of exotic locales that Clank's fighting in, like this one. Yeah, here he's actually upgraded a weapon. We have upgrades for all of Clank's gadgets. Those were his cufflink bombs. And all of his things, as a true spy should, are disguised as ordinary things on his person. His cufflinks are actually small explosive bombs he can throw at his enemies.
That's awesome. Does he ever use the line? Like clink. Clank, clank.
I don't know if he uses that line, but he certainly uses a number of lines on, there's a few femme fatales in the game that he interacts with.
And you can actually hear some one-liners that he says as he plays through the game if he does something exceptionally clever.
I don't know. Yeah. Brian, I think we have time for one more question, sir.
Okay, Jonathan Pottle from Newfoundland, Canada wants to know, how is the difficulty in the game?
The difficulty in the game, I mean, we do a lot of testing with players ahead of time to make sure that we think there's going to be like a fun experience for the players, and it's going to still provide a challenge, but not be frustrating. We think it turned out really well.
Right. So when can we look for it coming out?
It'll be on shelves June 17th this summer.
Any demo that we'll see coming through before then?
There should be a demo.
Yeah.
That is available. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Thanks again for coming by, Leslie. Really
thank
appreciate
you.
it. Thanks so much for coming and playing with us, Ken. And thank you. We're going to actually take a look right now at Saints Row 2. Of course, if you've seen some of the trailers and stuff that we run before, Gary Busey obviously is awesome, and he is even awesomer in these clips. So let's go ahead and take a look.
The police are like the paparazzi. You can't have a little fun without them showing up. People don't like getting shot in the face.
There's a look again at Uncle Gary Busey, showing us what's up in Saints Row 2. We're about to check in one more time with our good friend Justin Calvert, who is standing by playing Grand Theft Auto 4. Justin, are you there by any chance?
Hey Ryan, yeah, I'm here. I've got a GTA race going with some of the guys. I think for some of our viewers who sent me friend requests in a hurry. So
excellent.
Yeah, we've got a GTA race going, which is it's like a regular race except you have all the weapons and stuff. And one of the things that's neat is that you don't have to finish the race in the same car that you started in, and quite often you won't, because there's Danny O'Dwyer, well-known guy from our forums there, up in front of me. Let's see if I can catch up with him.
Now the one question I have for you on this stuff is, isn't it kind of weird though, like, if people start dropping out of the race, don't you actually lose the amount of money that you could actually get by winning? Or some of the money?
Sorry, Ryan, I missed that.
Oh yeah. Are you caught in the throes of racing?
You know what? I tried turning my TV down, but the crazy setup I've got in my office right now, it's coming out of some big speakers that I have no control over.
Oh, that's all good. That's totally all good. You just keep on playing Grand Theft Auto 4.
Oh, damn.
So, I'm not sure that Justin can hear us so great, so maybe we'll check back in with him. Of course, if you're looking for his gamer tag, it's like Justice Covert.
Yeah, Justice Covert.
You can find it on the site. It sounds like some game spotters have found their way in there. What's your favorite? Is the race mode right now your current favorite of the multiplayer modes, Justin?
Yeah, it pretty much is. There are a few weird race modes that I'm not too sure about. There's one which people seem to really love or hate online right now called Free Race, where you basically just you have to get from point A to point B, but you start without any vehicles. So it's a race to actually get yourself a car and everything at the start, and that one's pretty crazy unless you get stuck on foot for too long.
I've got one question here from a user. Do you mind me throwing it at you?
No, go for it.
John McGregor out of Glasgow wants to know, can you play the mini games on multiplayer free roam?
You know, I don't think you can. I'm trying. I think I did try to go into the bowling alley or something, and yeah, you can't. You definitely can't do that.
The one thing I'll add to that is I will say happy birthday to John's daughter Courtney, who is turning 1 tomorrow. But thank you, Justin. We'll check back in with you a little bit, okay?
Cool. All right, man.
Awesome. Thank you, Justin Calvert. Speaking of birthdays, it's somebody else's birthday. It's yours today, Justin. Happy birthday.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Happy playing Grand Theft Auto 4 while we're working.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, totally. So there's a look at Grand Theft Auto 4. We'll be checking back in with Justin before the end of the show. Right now, though, we are going to be looking at Top Spin 3 across the studio. Is that correct, Brian?
That's right. We're looking at Top Spin 3, and I'm joined by Anthony DeLuca. How are you, sir?
Not too bad. How are you doing?
Good, man. So, tennis game. Tell me about it.
Yes, Top Spin 3. Well, we've been working on this since the last one, which, as you probably know, was a launch title with the 360. So we kind of went back to square one with the visuals, the gameplay, create a player. We really wanted to build it, and you really utilized the hardware this time around.
So right now we're looking at Federer and Sharapova, right?
Yeah, Federer and Sharapova. Obviously, like Top Spin 3, you think licensed players, licensed courts, so they're actually playing at Roland Garros, which is where the French Open is held. So no different this time. We have 20 different licensed players, over 25 different courts, signature styles, over 1,500 different kinds of animation, mocap animation for each of the characters. We really went to the drawing board to try and capture each one of these characters. We had them each come in for photo shoots, and to be honest, they were great to deal with them and their agents. They also have very realistic clothing brands from Nike to Adidas. You can also see the logos Perrier and IBM. So really went down to the details in creating the courts and the players.
We're looking at the clay court right now. We're seeing guys and girls slide across the court. That's a pretty cool detail.
Yeah, visuals. The court will actually change. You'll see footprints. You'll see the slides, the skid marks. Eventually, you'll actually see it on their clothing as well too. Same thing with grass stains. The players will realistically sweat. And it's not just visuals too, because you could actually, depending on how sweaty your player is getting and how tired he looks, it's actually how tired he'll feel in the gameplay as well too. So it kind of ties into gameplay.
So Topspin 2 played a significantly different than this game, I would say. It had meters. You guys have done away with that, and you've sort of maybe not changed the control scheme, but changed the responsiveness of the players. Is that a fair way to put it?
Yeah, definitely. We kind of went more into we're definitely a simulation-based tennis game. So one thing that we wanted to do was really the buttons that you're pressing, we wanted to portray what your character is doing on screen. So back in the old days, it was just kind of like you tap the A button, your character hits the ball back and forth. Now you kind of have this more of a hold and release feature. So when you actually press the A button, say for a flat shot, you press it and you actually see your character on screen pull back the racket and then release the button and you'll see your character swing through the shot. So it's really a game about positioning and timing and holding down your button to add more strength to the shot.
But the same shots are still there, right? You still got the standard shot.
You got the flat shot, the slice shot, your lobs, your drop shots, topspin shots. A couple of things we added now too is what we call modifiers. So you could really aim towards the baseline, or you could add power to your shot. But of course you need to be careful when you use these because you need to be in a good position. If not, you're just going to hit the ball out of bounds.
And I noticed Neil, who's playing the game right now, is being beaten by a girl.
Yes.
Granted, that girl is Maria Sharapova.
That's fine.
But tell me about the AI in the game. How are you balancing it between them?
One of the big things we heard, we really went to the community and listened. One of the things we heard about Topspin 2 was that the AI, it felt like it knew what you were going to do before you did it, so it never made a mistake. Now, if you make the AI run back and forth, they will hit a shot into the net just as much as you will too. So it's really, it depends on what you do when you make them run. You hit the ball in front of them, you drop the ball behind them. When they're supposed to make a mistake, they will make a mistake. So it's not invincible AI.
And fatigue plays a role here.
Fatigue plays. If you notice, there's a little heart monitor next to the players. So fatigue does take into account. So one of the big things is know your player, know their stamina, know what court they're playing at, what their strengths are, whether it's baselines or serves or whatnot. So yeah, fatigue plays a big factor. So you need to, if your player doesn't have a lot of stamina, you need to watch out for those long rallies.
All right, Ryan McDonald, do you have any questions for Anthony about Topspin 3?
I do. I have one from Nathan Heller out of Stockton. Will you be able to simulate popular tennis tournaments such as Wimbledon, US Open, or the French Open in the game?
Yes. Right now you actually see the French Open. We have a very in-depth career mode, so you actually will play at the French Open. You'll play at the US Open. So we went to great lengths to realistically portray all these tournaments.
A lot of people want to know, of course, there's singles play. Is there doubles play, mixed doubles, that kind of thing?
Yeah, there's doubles play, singles play, and one of the big features we went back to square one with is the create a player. So you can actually create your character and really just even mold their face. Like you have points of articulation on each of their faces. You can make them look exactly like you. And one of the big things that we're doing is you can actually take them online and gain experience points as well. So they're not only for single player career mode anymore. So you could actually take your creative player online and gain experience that way as well.
Very cool. Ryan, another question for Topspin 3.
Mike Tyndall out of Nottingham wants to know, is there going to be a Topspin demo release on the Xbox Live Marketplace and or the PlayStation Network?
Yeah, we actually are looking to do a Topspin 3 demo for both PSN and for Xbox Live. We're working on that now. We're finishing up the final game, so release details to come soon.
All right, and we should also mention online. You touched on it a little bit, but you guys are doing some cool stuff with online.
Yeah, we tried to do some new stuff. I mean, you have your standard, exhibition, singles, doubles, but what we're doing is one I mentioned, the creative player, and then we have what we call World Tour Online. So basically what happens here is that every 2 weeks, so about twice a month, we reset everything, and we have a large world tournament online. So for someone that picks up the game, like say 4 months after release, they could still be #1 at the leaderboards, because the leaderboards get reset every 2 weeks, and you enter the tournament and you play, and you can gain your achievement points and your experience points that way.
Very cool. Ryan, maybe one more question about Top Spin 3.
I got a good question here. Anders Leonard Blackseth out of Agonesis. I think I blew the name of the location, but any plans of some vintage players in the game, such as Bjorn Borg or versus John McEnroe, would be a classic?
Yes, that's a great question, and it's something that we really want to do as just as tennis fans. So we do have like Bjorn Borg, Boris Becker, Monica Seles, legendary players, as we call them, and you will get to play as them straight right from the beginning of the game in exhibition. You'll get to face them in your career mode. They were really great people to work with, and we're very excited to have them in the game.
Cool. So I guess the final question is, when's this game come out?
It comes out end of June on Wii, DS, 360, and PS3.
Excellent. So thank you so much for joining us, Anthony. We appreciate it. Neil, thank you so much for being beaten by a girl. There's no shame in that, because I was beat by Shanker earlier. No shame in that. So there's your look at Top Spin 3. Ryan McDonald, what have you got for us now?
We're going to check in with our good friend and birthday boy Justin Calvert one more time, see where he's at in the Grand Theft Auto 4 action he's got multiplayer. Hey, Justin, you there?
Hey, Ryan. Yeah, I'm here.
Are you still?
I've just started a party mode with. It's full of people who are watching the show, or I guess they're not really watching the show. I've stolen them, and so if you can see what I'm doing here, we're basically this is oh man, don't crash. I'm actually in this is the lobby. This is how the lobby works in Grand Theft Auto. So we've set up a party. There are 8 of us here, and we can do whatever we want in the whole city. So right now I'm kind of flying around in a chopper. I think some of the guys have got rocket launchers. They're probably going to be having a go at me pretty soon. And yeah, from here, using the cell phone, I can get us into a match together. So, team deathmatch. There we go. So we'll cut to that, and our whole party will play together. I guess it works. Kind of like the Halo 3 system does.
I saw our good friend Doug Buffone, the buff one as I like to call him, was getting in the match with you guys there, or at least sending you a friend request to get in. You gotta let that guy in. That guy's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
But right now, I think we're gonna take another look at. Have you seen any of this crazy Saints Row 2 craziness with Gary Busey, by the way?
I think actually I haven't seen the new ones.
Oh, not yet. We're showing them over here. I'm going to show you one more. Actually, I'm going to show all the folks at home one more. Let's go ahead and take it away, Gary Busey.
Just because you can do it doesn't mean that it's a good idea. Be a man and let out your inner daredevil. Pain, it doesn't exist. It's only in your mind.
Hope to aspire to be as awesome as Gary Busey. I definitely hope to grow up to be Gary Busey one day. The one question I have is, like, the one thing I don't understand, and we are joined now by Takeshi Hiroka. What's up, Takeshi?
How you doing, right?
I'm doing good. So the one question I have is, like, I didn't realize it. Like, I figured with like these trailers coming out, and like, you know, some of the advertisements I'd seen, like, I thought like Saints Row 2 was coming out like next week. That game doesn't come out until like August. It's like, well, like I'm not knocking them for getting ahead of the game and like throwing out stuff there. Are they trying to like catch the tail end of like the Grand Theft Auto 4 craziness, and like their game's similar? So
I'm sure they're just trying to make sure everyone knows about it still. It's still coming out, right?
Right on, yeah. August, apparently people hella know. But you are not here to talk to me about Saints Row 2 nor Grand Theft Auto 4.
Right.
You are here to tell me all about this crazy, awesome Japanese game that you have called Siren. Is that correct?
Yes. Let me start up here.
All right. So before we get into this, should I give the warning for folks at home? Is this the mature?
It's pretty mature. There's a lot of blood and guts.
A little bit of blood, yeah. A little bit of guts.
Yep.
All right,
a lot of bashing and zombie
watch out,
heads.
you know.
So
if
be
you're
careful.
a parent nearby, listen to my voice. Mature.
Yep.
But go ahead, sir.
All right. So let's start this up.
This is PlayStation 3?
This is PlayStation 3 demo. Just hit the PlayStation Network in Japan.
Look at you shaking.
As you can see, I'm already shaking this thing. There's a lot of 6-axis and DualShock 3 support in this game. And
it's super dark. Oh,
right,
there you go.
It's a
what is it?
It's a sequel of a game that came out on the PS2 called Siren.
There's like
one of
Sony,
them
right?
made it over here. The second one didn't, but hopefully this one will come out here as well. And this is I believe it's like a 3-level demo.
This is a 3-level demo?
It just came out last week.
Only in the Japan so far?
Only in Japan so far. It hasn't been announced for the US yet, but you know, keep our fingers crossed.
What is the story so far as you know it?
We're a American journalist. They're in a countryside of Japan, and he wakes up somewhere all by himself and finds himself being rained on by blood.
Oh, like,
that happened in the opening cutscene.
Like straight up raindrops.
Raindrops of blood.
Okay.
So he's just kind of trying to figure out what's happened.
When does he notice these zombie-looking people walking around?
He actually encounters them early on in the demo. And
how do they explain those?
They don't really explain much at all in this demo, actually.
I hope that guy was a zombie.
Yeah, he was. He also happens to have this 38, which I just picked up.
All right.
And this is another feature for reloading. You have to tilt your 6-axis.
That's kind of cute because you tilt it to the side, almost like it was a revolver, and you're kind of like throwing out the chamber and then clicking it back.
Mm-hmm. And so you see the reddish, blurry stuff that's coming on. That comes on when you're kind of in danger. See that? And if you have a DualShock 3, it also kind of vibrates as you enter a dangerous section.
So not to be too cute, but it looks like those people that, like some of the women, like, yeah, it seems like everybody that's a zombie is apparently a nurse or a miner.
Yeah, I think we're in the mine area right now, so it makes sense.
And so this is. Let me ask you a question for folks at home that might not, check out Import Friendly all the time and get the full scoop on Japanese releases. The game's text is in Japanese, but the audio sounds like it's in English. Is that correct?
So far, yeah. I believe there are some Japanese characters, but they haven't been introduced in the demo.
I gotcha.
So
when is this? Do you have any idea when this is going to be shipping out in Japan?
I believe it comes out June 24th or end of June sometime.
End of June sometime?
Yep.
Right on. And what are your impressions so far? I know you've only really kind of got your hands on it like today, pretty much, right?
It's good. I mean, I haven't really had a chance to get into the story or anything like that. If you see this red thing, it's also another feature that was seen in the first Siren, which is called sight jacking.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll see more of that in the actual game when it comes out.
I do remember that from the PS2 version because it was basically like. You could basically, if I remember right, you were seeing through the eyes of somebody else, right?
Of the zombies.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you die in this game, you actually see yourself get killed.
Hey, I haven't actually asked any audience questions this entire time. Do you mind if I throw a couple at you?
Sure, go ahead.
Let's see here. Sean Ace, Lawrenceville, Georgia. He wants to know if this game is super scary or what. Does it seem scary?
It's pretty scary. Yeah. Oh.
And
July 24th.
There you
I'm
go.
Sorry. Yeah.
July 24th. You heard it here, folks. So there you go. There's a look at Siren. New translation, is that really the subtitle?
It is the new translation, yeah.
That's a pretty little screen, but thank you so much for coming by and showing us that.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be on the lookout and see if Siren's going to be coming out stateside anytime soon.
Sure, if it's good, you'll see it on Import Friendly.
Right on, excellent. Right now, we're going to throw it across the studio again, and what are you guys doing over there?
I'm joined by Chris Waters. We're going to be demoing a game called Wild African Safari on the Nintendo Wii. My first question to you, Chris Waters, is how wild is the Earth?
How wild is the Earth? Well, we're only taking a look at one part of the Earth, but Brian,
yes,
as you can tell, looking at our set here, quite wild.
I can't really turn my head too well.
That's probably not a good idea.
I'm wearing a pelt.
Keep straight ahead. Yep, the pelts, they get a little unwieldy.
Okay.
All right, so
what in the world is this game?
Wild Earth African Safari is a game where you play as a photojournalist sent on assignment to Africa.
Okay.
And in Africa is where you take pictures of all sorts of animals.
Okay, I'm seeing where the title came from now.
Yes.
I was confused there for a moment.
It serves it right up for you.
Okay, yeah. That much, yeah.
It's really helpful. Okay.
Oh, there's giraffe. Good. Just take a picture, you can go home.
So boom. Now they're going to talk to me a little bit about me being a photojournalist and how awesome that is. But I can pretty much just cruise around here. I'm using the nunchuck to locomote and look around at these giraffes here with my camera. Boom.
Do the giraffes have to sign releases?
I'm not exactly sure who represents the giraffes, or if they're separate, if their animal kingdom is represented by one organization, or perhaps different species get different representation.
Okay.
But here I am cruising around these giraffes. They're not too perturbed. I'm at a safe distance. They're apparently browsing. It'll give you a nice caption whenever you take a picture. But if I do get a little closer, then you're going to start to see this giraffe shimmy.
Okay.
Which
Look at that.
looks like some sort of exotic dance.
It does.
But really
Is that
just
a mating
means
thing?
It really means it's angry.
Oh,
that's how it expresses anger.
So wait,
here.
it won't
Is
chase
that
you. It just shimmies.
Yeah, it doesn't chase me or try to kick my skull in.
You know what that tells me?
It just kind of
no development budget for animations.
I've never heard of that before.
Go ahead, dance. I'm too close to you. If I get too close, I just kind of bounce off.
That was on Wild Kingdom where Marlon Perkins got too close to the giraffe and the giraffe danced.
Yeah.
To show its anger.
And then look at it. I mean,
look at that. The giraffes don't move that way.
It almost looks like it's trying to cough up some massive hairball. All right. Giraffe is.
So okay. So what else can you just shoot? That's a bad shot. Chris. That's just rocks. Safaris aren't part of don't involve rocks.
All right, here. That more along your lines.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Hey,
All right.
send me that one later.
Okay, I'll save that one. I can press a little trigger button to save it to my portfolio.
Okay.
Now I'm cruising off through the veldt here to look for some other form of
So you have to walk on this?
wildlife.
This is the worst safari ever.
But you see the speed that I'm moving at?
Yeah, you are moving
I
quick.
suspect that I'm actually driving some sort of vehicle.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Because this game also has a cooperative multiplayer mode in which one player can drive, presumably, use the nunchuck, and the other player takes the pictures.
Okay, who has the bazooka?
There are no weapons in this game.
Okay.
This game's all about teaching kids or players about nature.
Okay.
So, for example, one of my assignments is to take a picture of this large heap of elephant dung, complete with the dung beetle.
That was checked.
Check that one off the list.
Yeah, exactly. I'm zooming a little ahead. I missed the baobab tree they want me to take a picture of. So normally there would be dialogue going here, and they're telling you all sorts of good facts about Animal Kingdom and where you're at, et cetera, et cetera. Now I should be coming up on something a little more interesting here. I'm on the trail of an elephant. And so they won't
how do you know?
They won't just send you after animals, they'll send you after clues.
Okay.
For example, elephant crap. Also, trees that have been knocked over because elephants don't really care
That
to
elephant's gonna
steer
pay for
around
those trees.
Yeah, they'll bill him.
There he is. There's the offender.
There's the elephant, and so I can zoom in with my telephoto lens if I don't want to get too close and see the elephant dance.
Put that on TMZ.
Boom. Yeah, I can take
What does it do when it gets mad?
What does an elephant do when it gets mad?
Yeah.
That little arrow means it's mad. You see it's getting a little agitated here.
Okay.
I'm up in its grill taking pictures, asking it about its latest appearance with the giraffe at the dance.
Hey, Brittany, give me your good side.
Now, you'll see at the top right-hand corner, I've got this meter that's going into the red zone.
Yes.
That's my impact meter.
Okay.
The idea is to not have a big impact on the wildlife. So, teaching, take only pictures, leave only footprints, that whole mantra.
Yeah.
But it basically gives them a reason to not have the animals stomp me.
Right.
Which
no stampede technology in this game.
Exactly.
Hey, that was a nice shot. That was an action
Thanks.
shot.
All right, we'll save that one. And so, we can go in here to my portfolio and check out my awesome giraffe butt picture that I took for
Did you
you.
ever play Pokemon Snap by any chance, Chris?
You know what? I didn't, but Sean was telling me before I missed out, and it's this kind of game, and it's
it
totally
definitely
excellent. So, most of the missions, the assignments, you go on assignment, you go around, take pictures of different animals.
Okay.
And back to they also unlock little mini games, and I'll just show you one real quick because it's pretty entertaining.
All right.
I've got Jose Gonzalez, if you guys don't mind, at a Chino. He says the giraffe was eating.
The giraffe was eating?
That's what he says.
Well, the giraffe was eating, but then when I came up to it, it started
Eating
doing
mad. So maybe that's swallowing.
maybe that was how they get it down the long neck.
Getting it down the gullet.
There's a lot of real estate to cover.
Yeah.
Zarek out of Sweden wants to know, can you share pictures with your friends somehow?
I don't think so.
You could ask him over.
Yeah, you can ask him over. There's
elephant wash.
So now the mini games unlock sort of from the animal perspective type, animal perspective type game. So as the handy, helpful neighborhood elephant here, I'm going to see all these dusty beasts,
wash
and
them off?
oh gosh, there you go,
Was that
ostrich.
pollen?
Now you're clean.
Is that pollen coming off them?
I think that it is some sort of dirt.
This is actually how it happens in the wild. I know this for a fact.
This is how animals stay clean.
Yep.
The bull elephant will actually, set up set up a car wash.
And later on, they go down there and somebody rubs them dry with a washcloth.
Circle of life, baby.
Yep. This is what Elton John was singing about.
Jan out of Lipstadt, Germany wants to know, since this game is clearly not for us, who is this game for?
You know what? I was just having this discussion earlier and thinking back to my own one console childhood and a situation in which I would enjoy this game. I had a Sega when I was a kid, but I'm imagining, say I'm a kid who's got a Wii, my parents won't let me get games where I shoot things, or I'm into animals. You know, kids get into animals, read encyclopedias, what have you.
You got a monkey around your neck.
I did.
Yeah, I was going to say you got a monkey on your
Yeah, see, you know, so if you're an animal fan, this game's got a lot of good animal facts, like interesting stuff. It teaches, you know, about being responsible when you're on safari, because that's an issue that a lot of kids face these days.
Yeah, kids and families. Kids and families.
And elephants, you know, they fill up with water.
All right.
And then they
You know what? That's great, Chris. Thanks so much for Wild African Safari.
It's pretty wild.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. I take this pelt off my head. There we go. Ryan McDonald, what you got now?
Dude, I got that thing we were talking about a little while ago with Takeshi. We were talking about import friendly.
Yes.
Did you guys see? Did you guys hear about that?
I love that show.
I totally have a new one for you.
Oh, well, let me see it
right now. Yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at import friendly.
Hello everybody, this is Takeshi and welcome back to another exciting episode of Import Friendly. Today we're checking out WiiWare, Nintendo's brand new service that allows users to purchase and download games designed specifically for the Wii. Now, Nintendo recently launched their WiiWare service in Japan on March 25th, and today we're here to bring you every single title currently out on the platform. First up is a double pack featuring the classic game Dr. Mario and Saikin Bokumetsu, also known as Virus Buster. Use the following capsules to eradicate the virus. Dr. Mario features Mii support and 2-player multiplayer, locally as well as over the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. Virus Buster was a version of Dr. Mario which was part of Brain Age 2 on the DS. This is essentially the same game, but you use your Wiimote to drag the capsules to where you want them to drop. Virus Buster also has Mii support and allows up to 4-player multiplayer locally. Dr. Mario and Saikin Bokumetsu is available for 1,000 Wii points. Here's one for all the Pokemon fans out there. Minna no Pokemon Bokujo, or Everybody's Pokemon Ranch. This game features connectivity with Pokemon Diamond and Pearl on the DS, which at the beginning allow you to transfer up to 14 Pokemon onto the ranch, but eventually up to 1,000 Pokemon as the ranch levels up. Every day, the owner of the ranch, Yukari, will give you requests to go and find certain Pokemon in Diamond and Pearl, along with clues on where to find them. By fulfilling these requests, you will gain new items and trigger events in the game. Even if you don't have Diamond and Pearl, Yukari will give you 6 Pokemon to start out with and will bring you a new Pokemon every day. You can even take pictures of your Pokemon and send them to your friends. Once you've collected a good amount of them, you may even have some new experiences when they start interacting with each other. Everybody's Pokemon Ranch is available for 1,000 Wii points. The next Final Fantasy franchise is on WiiWare in Chisana Ousama to Yakusoku no Kuni, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. In this game, you play the chosen king who must revive the once thriving kingdom, returning it to its former glory. Grow your kingdom by magically constructing buildings, training explorers, and fulfilling the needs of your citizens to make them happy. How do you make them happy? By giving them places to spend their hard-earned money, of course. Build homes to increase the number of citizens in your town, which will in turn allow you to collect more tax. More citizens mean more people will want to be explorers. More tax money will allow you to hire more of these explorers, which you can send out to dungeons to unlock more buildings, collect more materials so you can improve your weapons, armor, items, and build more buildings. As of April 1st, there are also downloadable content to add more dungeons and wardrobe to let you continue the fun. Chisana Ousama to Yakusoku no Kuni, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles has been subtitled My Life as a King and is available for 1,500 Wii points and has been promised to be one of the launch titles when WiiWare launches in North America. The Star Soldier series comes to the WiiWare with Star Soldier R. Star Soldier R is a top-down scrolling shooter in which you're given a limited amount of time, 2 or 5 minutes, to try and shoot everything on the screen and rack up those points. It's got power-ups to level up your primary weapon and force unit power-ups that surround you with force formations that protect you from your enemies. There's also a fast shot mode which floods the screen with targets and you have to jam on the buttons to try to shoot them all. It also features an online leaderboard, so you can compare your scores with people in your own region, country, or the world. Star Soldier R is available for 800 Wii points. This title has also been announced for the North American WiiWare, although date and price is still to be determined. Well, I know you may have played ping pong on the Wii before, but not quite like this. Okiraku Ping Pong Wii features a variety of play environments, a special smash move, a variety of mini-games, and a two-player match mode. Okiraku Ping Pong Wii is available for 500 Wii points. Kotoba no Puzzle Mojipittan Wii is a long-running Japanese word puzzle game series that's been on the PS2, the GBA, the PSP, the DS, and has finally come to the Wii. You race against time to throw down hiragana characters to beat the challenge requirements and make as many word combinations as possible. It's an easy to pick up and fun way to increase your Japanese lexicon. Kotoba no Puzzle Mojipittan Wii is available for 1,000 Wii points. You're a traveling fence builder visiting farms around the world. Fencing animals of the same kind to clear the stage. Up to 4-player co-op and versus play. Sakusaku Animal Panic is available for 1,000 Wii points. Lampas is a simple yet deep puzzle game where you spin, flip, and move blocks to make them fit on a 5x11 grid. The standard pack comes with 100 stages among 9 difficulty levels. Multiplayer is available locally and over the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection up to 4 players. Lampas is available for 1,000 Wii points. Solitaire finally comes to your gaming console with Tenshino Solitaire. This pack contains Solitaire, Klondike, and Tower Solitaire, and is available for 500 Wii points. Minna de Puzzle Loop is a fast-paced puzzle game. The objective is to eliminate all the balls on the screen by matching 3 or more of the same colored balls. Tilt the Wiimote to control the direction in which the launcher shoots the ball. Up to 4-player local multiplayer is available on co-op, as well as team versus mode. Minna de Puzzle Loop is available for 1,000 Wii points. So that was our look at WiiWare in Japan. The North American launch is right around the corner on May 12th, so make sure you keep an eye on GameSpot for all the details. This is Takeshi. See you next time.
And there's a look at Takeshi Hiroka's Import Friendly. That dude knows his business.
He knows it all, and he pronounces everything exemplary.
I know. I wish I could say anything in Japanese.
I wish I could say anything. Yeah, me too.
There's somebody tried to teach me once, Haipai Nai. They tried to tell me that meant negative sweat because, like, you know.
Right.
You know, hey, oh, you want to help me out? Yeah, no sweat, right?
Yeah.
So they told me that. I think they lied, though. I don't think that's actually really what it means.
It means F your grandmother.
Maybe. All right. With that, there's other business. You know, Takeshi was giving us the information on all the upcoming Japanese stuff with the WiiWare.
Yep.
We're going to give you some upcoming information about what we got going on GameSpot. Do you know what's going on tomorrow?
Yeah, well, kind of, yeah.
Grand Theft Auto Brain Bust?
That's awesome.
Yeah, totally. If you haven't seen or heard, we're going to be doing this crazy trivia thing and basically get these two guys in here live and see how much GTA they actually know.
And we're doing the entire series, right?
Yeah, totally. It's going to be like, you know, all the games, and of course, yeah. So you got to tune in and see that if you've never seen it. It's really awesome.
Very cool.
But we should take a look at the calendar actually. So there we go. You got Brain Bust 2. That's tomorrow, and then of course next week we also have GTA 4 Game Night. Tuesday, May 6th, 6
That'll be our
p.m.
second in a row.
Yeah, totally.
We did one this week.
Yeah, totally. I missed out on it, though.
Oh, it's so fun.
Was it really?
We had a pirate contest.
A pirate contest?
Yeah.
How do you have a pirate contest?
You just get in boats and shoot each other.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to do that.
And then we jumped like motorcycles over helicopters.
Oh, wow.
And minivans over helicopters.
All right, I definitely got to hang out with you guys on Tuesday.
It was awesome.
All right. Guitar Hero 3, that's next week, next Friday. Of course, we'll have On the Spot as regularly scheduled, as well as the Hot Spot. But the Guitar Hero 3 thing is going to be definitely special. We're going to have dudes in here, not only competing for like the best at who can play the song the best and hit all the notes, but also they're going to be competing for like straight up style.
Like putting on a show.
Yeah, totally. They're going to be like doing
hot.
it, and like so we're get the smoke machine in here and like, make it crazy.
They could come in with spandex and cucumbers down their pants.
No, I don't know about that.
No?
I think I would put them down on.
I don't want to watch that.
That was -2.
Okay, well.
But
still, it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be really good. And then the other thing, of course, is the fact that check us out. We're crazy. We're gonna make them answer questions while they're playing, so they have to buzz in, and I'll let you experience the magic of how that actually works. How do you actually play a guitar and yell out trivia answers, but buzz in as well?
Okay.
Think about that.
That's cool.
But right now, we should check in with our good friend Justin Calvert one more time before we send it home. Shall we?
Probably still racing.
Yeah, totally. Hey, Justin, are you standing by, sir?
I am, and I'm not racing. I'm in a stolen car. Imagine that. There's we've got about 8 or 9 of us, I think, all GameSpot peeps, and we're in mafia work mode, which is difficult to play. It's like it's a one-for-all game, and it's basically we're all getting given the same jobs to do, and we're competing to be the first ones to do it. So the mission we're doing right now, there are maybe 5 or 6 cars in the city for us to steal, but there are 9 or 10 players, so obviously there aren't enough cars to go around. So while we're stealing all these cars, man, I'm getting shot up. People know, these guys know that I've got a camera here and I have to play to it. So my car's on fire now. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, and they're laughing at me over the headset. I swear, you guys are gonna pay. That's right, you're gonna pay, Danny. I'm shooting Danny without even looking. How you like that, Danny? Oh, he killed me. It happens. So this, you're having way too much fun with that, Danny. Sorry, it's only because I can't remember anyone else's name. Sorry, guys. Oh, there's Matt. Okay, Matt just came online. I know Matt. He beats me at all kinds of games. So yeah, I think we've actually opted to have the entire city to play in as well. You can choose to have just certain portions of the city, but right now we're playing in the entire city, and I'm so far away from any objectives, so I just need to get myself a car. Oh, come on, sprint. Here we go. I'm gonna have, oh, no you don't. Here we go, that's my car. You'll notice I'm wearing some really cool threads there. That's, I've been playing the multiplayer a fair bit, and so you get to unlock new items of clothing and stuff for your character. So, I might be getting, oh, jeez.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Justin. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, you guys. Sorry, guys.
Send us home, Jeff.
There you go.
Thanks for watching On the Spot.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching On the Spot.